What we have over here is the TECNO CAMON 40 Pro 5G. Let's quickly go over the specs. It runs on the MediaTek Dimensity 7500 Ultimate. That's a 5G chipset. The model that we have comes with 12 gigs of memory and 256 gigabytes of storage, 5200 milliamp hours of battery, 50 megapixel main camera with OIS, and the screen resolution is Full HD 1080 by 2456. It runs Android 15 out of box with HiOS version 15.0.2, and one of the cool things about this phone is that it comes with bypass charging, which I am looking for right now. It should be somewhere around here. Let's go to battery health and charging, and as you can see, you have the bypass charging option, which will help prolong your phone's battery life by keeping the temperature of the battery down and charging it directly from the outlet when you're plugged in. By the way, I just wanted to point out that the TECNO CAMON 40 Pro doesn't have the high performance option. That is a feature that you can only find in the premium model, which is the TECNO CAMON 40 Premier. It's just something for you to keep in mind in case you have your hands on the 40 Pro and you're looking for that feature. As you can see over here, it uses LPDDR5 memory modules and UFS for its internal storage. HiOS also comes with a game manager. It should be here under HiOS family. Tap on GameSpace. Check out that cool animation. This should give you access to the different tools that will enhance your gaming experience. Okay, let's scroll over to Genshin Impact. As you can see, you can configure and create like a profile for your game. All you have to do is to tap on High Boost, and let's say you want to make sure that Genshin Impact always runs on performance mode. Then GPU settings, you can tweak the filters. Control settings will also allow you to tweak the sensitivity and responsiveness. You can also try to tweak the network performance. And in case you don't see your game being displayed on the list, just tap on the plus icon and scroll to where your game is and manually enabled. As you can see, they're all automatically selected. So let's go ahead and launch Genshin Impact. And the moment you launch it, you'll get this pop-up, which you can swipe from the left in order to access the in-game menu for High Boost. So let's just quickly run through the different features. You can quickly enable bypass charging by tapping on the toggle. You can also hide notifications and enable barrage mode, which will simply show your notifications in a marquee. Then you have a voice changer, something that people have been commenting on in our videos. They've been looking for this. Then one of the cool features that come with iOS and Transsion phones in general is the magic button. With this, you can map the volume up and volume down buttons to tap on different places on your screen. So for example, you want volume up, to tap on this. Okay, if I press the volume up button, it's as if you're tapping that part of the screen. The one tap snap button is not mappable. I'm referring to the button right here on the bottom edge of the screen. Clearly, the magic button is designed to be used with most phones which don't come with this extra button, because this is a new feature on the TECNO CAMON series. So we're now in Mobile Legends. Let's quickly confirm that we're running on high performance mode. And from here, you can get a glimpse of your frame rate. Then let's quickly confirm that we're running on ultra high frame rate and ultra graphics. So far, super smooth. Getting really good and very responsive controls. Sometimes it goes down to 119 FPS. So that's the limitation with HiOS. You don't get like an on-screen frame rate notification. By the way, I just wanted to point out that the TECNO CAMON 40 Pro doesn't have the high performance option. Our next game is CarX Street. Let's review the graphics. Yeah, I wish there was a way to see the frame rate in real time without having to swipe left. Okay, that seems to be the average frame rate that we're getting with the game on the upper limit all the way to the right. Now we're gonna swipe and bring it all the way to the left. Motion blur off, anti-aliasing off. Let's see what that gets us. So from 20-ish FPS, we're now getting 40-ish FPS. Now we're hitting 50 FPS. We're also hitting the pavement. Yep. Now it's down to 37 FPS. So the game runs well, but you just have to tweak the graphics and tone it down a little if you want a smoother gameplay experience. But if you want that eye candy, you're just gonna have to bear with slightly lower frame rates. 20-ish is still playable in my opinion, and you can hear that dual stereo speakers working its way in this game and giving us an immersive gameplay experience. Of course, I want to point out that the audio coming from the built-in stereo loudspeakers feel thin, and that could be because of the lack of like a chamber from which the sound waves can vibrate. So there's definitely a lack of bass, but still better than just single bottom firing speakers. Okay, we're now in PUBG Mobile, and as you can see, I already set it to performance mode. Let's quickly jump, and while we're doing that, double check the graphics. HDR with ultra frame rate. For controls, we have gyroscope support. There it is. Check out the responsiveness as well as the smoothness of the gyroscope. And we're currently doing 40 FPS. Now on the ground, we're still doing 40 FPS. And as we're running, very consistent experience, 40 FPS. You can also launch your favorite apps from here in a mini window. All you have to do is enable them by tapping the edit button, and if that app supports like resizable windows, yeah, so messaging apps or the SMS app is supported, which is great. So it seems like most of the apps that you kind of want to be able to access while you're playing is in this list. The only app that I'm not seeing here that I would want to play would be Netflix, but you do get YouTube, which is an acceptable alternative, I guess, especially since a lot of tutorials and gaming guides are available on YouTube, and you can move that around and resize that window by simply dragging one of its edges or corners. Fourth and final game, Genshin Impact. Performance mode on. Let's do a memory cleanup. Graphics set to highest. Oops, highest. Visual effects high, FPS 60. Let's see where that takes us. Alright, 40 FPS. We're getting an average of 40, mid 40s. Let's see if it dips down in battle. Now we're doing 38, 39, but still well above 30 FPS. So it's surprisingly good performance from what is otherwise a lower mid-range phone in terms of pricing. But yeah, wow, very impressive. Let's see if the overlook brings the performance down. Now we're down to 39. Let's try to render all the architecture and scenery in the horizon, but still very, very respectable and very playable. Okay, now that we've been playing for a while and things are starting to really heat up, well, not really, because we're doing 43 to 44 degrees Celsius on the screen. Over to the rear panel, same story. We're doing 43, 44 degrees Celsius. This is actually really, really good. Very good thermals for the TECNO CAMON 40 Pro 5G. And from here, you can appreciate the rear panel design. It's polycarbonate, and you have that S curve. It's matte. This is called the Galaxy Black colorway. And you even get this very nice free hard case that I think just looks really sick and enhances like the overall aesthetic of the phone. I guess we're just used to getting very cheap, transparent silicone cases as a freebie on phones in the budget range. But hey, this is really good, and I can't believe that you actually get this for free. So before we end this video, here are some benchmarks. PC mark, we managed to hit 14,833 points. Pass mark, we're doing 11,882 points. Read and write speeds, not that great. 254 to 264 megabytes per second read and write. Then in Antutu, we're only doing 551,768 points. Here is the thermal throttling test. Performance dropped to only 81% with the temperature rising all the way up to 45 degrees Celsius. So here's a more detailed graph considering the fact that the performance hit isn't that high. We're seeing all green over here. I think that is a very good showing of thermal control from the TECNO CAMON 40 Pro 5G. This phone will be available, or this phone is currently available for 12,999 pesos. You can get it on discount for as low as 10,999 pesos. So I think that is a very, very good deal if you can get it at that price. Do you have any questions about the TECNO CAMON 40 Pro 5G? Talk to us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to us. See you in the next video. Bye.